The Oregon Trail began as a path originally cut by Native Americans. This was later expanded by white fur traders. It was later used during the westward expansion of settlers across North America to the Pacific coast. The election of 1800 between John Adams and Thomas Jefferson was an emotional and hard-fought campaign. Each side believed that victory by the other would ruin the nation. In 1803, President Thomas Jefferson guided a splendid piece of foreign diplomacy through the U.S. Senate, the purchase of Louisiana Territory from France. After the Louisiana Purchase Treaty was made, Jefferson initiated an exploration of the newly purchased land and the territory beyond the Great Rock Mountains in the west. In 1803, President Thomas Jefferson guided a splendid piece of foreign diplomacy through the U.S. Senate, the purchase of Louisiana Territory from France. Meriwether Lewis, a very intelligent man, who also possessed skills as a frontiersman. Lewis, in return, solicited the help of William Clark, whose abilities as draftsman and frontiersman were even stronger, made him a co-commanding captain of the expedition. The journey started at the Mississippi River, where they paddled their way down the Ohio. That summer and fall, the group paddled upstream. When the spring of 1805 brought high water and good weather, the Lewis and Clark expedition set out on the next leg of its journey. They traveled up the Missouri to present-day Three Forks, Montana. This route brought the group to the doorstep of the Shoshone Indians, who were skilled at traversing the Great Rock Mountains with horses. Corps of Discovery shaped canoe-like vessels that transported them swiftly downriver to the mouth of the Columbia, where they wintered, 1805 to 1806, at Fort Clatsop, on the present-day Oregon side of the river. The Indian Removal Act was signed into law by Andrew Jackson on May 28, 1830. It authorized the president to grant unsettled lands west of the Mississippi in exchange for Indian lands within existing state borders. A few tribes went peacefully, but many resisted the relocation policy. In the Battle of the Alamo, rebellious Texans had captured the city of Antonio in December 1835. They had fortified the building so that it acted as a safe war zone, taking place in the center of town. Santa Anna led the massive army and laid siege to the Alamo. He attacked on March 6, 1836. Overrunning approximately 200 defenders in less than 2 hours. At 49 years old, James Knox Polk was elected president. Polk was the youngest president to ever hold office at the time. He supposedly promised, at the outset, to serve just one term, and to accomplish his four stated goals in that His goals were to 1. Re-establish an independent treasury system. 2. Reduce tariffs. 3. To acquire New Mexico and California from Mexico. And 4. To obtain the majority, or all of the Oregon country. The Oregon Trail began as a path originally cut by Native Americans. This was later expanded by white fur traders. It was later used during the westward expansion of settlers across North America to the Pacific coast. The Trail of Tears commonly refers to a series of forced relocations of Native American nations in the United States following the Indian Removal Act of 1830. The removal included members of the Cherokee, Muskogee, Seminole, Chickasaw, and Choctaw nations, who chose not to assimilate with American society, from their ancestral homelands in the southeastern U.S. to an area west of the Americans who chose to stay indefinitely were allowed to become citizens of their states and of the U.S. The phrase Trail of Tears originated from a description of the removal of the Choctaw Nation in 1831. In the 19th century, manifest destiny was a widely held belief in the United States that American settlers were destined to expand throughout the continent. The special virtues of the American people and their institutions. America's mission to redeem and remake the West in the image of agrarian America. An irresistible destiny to accomplish this essential duty. The California Gold Rush, 1848-1855, began on January 24, 1848 Glen, Coloma, California. All told,